Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, Shem, YAHAWASHI, Shem, Quaquadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the mighty Akim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharala. This is Brother Kawak coming in with another lesson. Today's lesson, I want to be talking about this, or Slakia, not this, because there's nothing really here, but a topic that I thought of on my own, that I noticed on my own, whatever you want to call it, or I got inspired to do, or the Spirit got on me to do, was the matter of the Lord Yahawadah delivering people out of, bad situations and whatnot. And that was basically that's basically it. Like, one of the things I like to say, or I like to point out, is, say you are, because the brother actually told a story about this. I don't remember the full details, but I'm gonna give approximations basically. But basically what happened was that for in a situation where there should be absolutely no way that you get out of a situation, yet you do, that is basically, some people like to say divine intervention. And there are certain things Slocky, I just remembered something else that was funny. But anyway, the main thing is just that when it comes to the whole divine intervention thing, it is basically when something that should be damn near impossible, it becomes possible. And when I think of this, I think of, wow, like a tornado hits, or a flood hits, or some sort of natural disaster comes by, but yet instead of a person dying to said natural disaster, they are the only ones saved. They're the only ones spared from it. And a similar thing to this was when Moses had gotten the Israelites out of Egypt. So that was a perfect example of that, where the situation was perfectly suited to deliver the Israelites. And then afterwards, the Egyptians were all drowned in the sea. Like, that's how stuff like that kind of goes. And it is a thing of faith for us to think, okay, you know what, things are looking bad, but despite the bad situation, Yahawadah is going to make a miracle happen where I will still win. And it's like, say for example, like you're playing a game of chess or something like that. You're in a very bad situation. You're losing. All right, you only have one piece, and then your opponent keeps on fumbling and making a whole bunch of mistakes, and you're able to basically win, despite you should have lost that game. And that's basically what I'm kind of getting at with today's lesson. Okay, so Isaiah 30 verse 1: Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with the covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to shrink themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Basically, the thing here is that people, they have expectations. They think, Esau is the best, Esau is this, that, and the third, or whatever, or I'm going to go to Esau for help and all that stuff, rather than sticking with Yahawadah for protection and help and all that stuff. Alright, so as a result of that, then Yahawadah basically says, so you didn't want to heed my warnings, you didn't want to listen to my guidance and all that stuff, then fine, then go ahead and let Esau guide you, let Esau teach you and all that stuff. And then when Esau ditches you and leaves you to die, then that's when you're gonna be like, oh, now I want God help me, this then the third, I didn't know X, Y, and Z. Well, no, all that stuff is out the window. You are done, you're finished. All right, you're not, you don't, that's the thing about that. It's so dishonest and disrespectful for you to think that you can just randomly flip-flop and say, oh, I want YAHAWAH, or I want this, I want that, or something like that, or whatever, when call him Slaki, I was thinking about something else, but when flip-flop whenever you want, or because that's because that's the thing about it's like it's the same thing with what's it called, a friend or a wife or a husband. Okay, you don't want them to say, oh, I'm only here with you when things are good, but then when things are bad, I'm gonna go behind your back and I'm gonna go team up with other people rather than you. Then you're gonna feel betrayed. You're gonna feel like they don't care about you, that they don't value you. All right, so then it's like, oh well, you're gonna start resenting them, and it's that same thing where if you're gonna be relying on Esau rather than Yahawadah, then why would the Lord go out of His way to protect you? All right, so there is that matter of, don't be going to these devils for help. Don't be going to other people now for help. And that's the thing where a lot of people, or primarily Jake, they have such a heavy fixation on guns, all right, or Esau's blessing. They think that is, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a gun, I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna protect myself, protect my family, protect my this, that, and third, whatever. And it's just like, oh yeah, guns would definitely help, keyword help, but it's not an end all be all. And it's so many people so many people develop such a strong need to have those weapons, those things that they believe is going to protect them, when in actuality it really is not going to protect them. Okay, because sometimes, what was it called, I forgot the statistic, but there was a statistic that was basically is further than just suggesting, but basically saying how it's basically saying that I think it was kids are more likely to die because there's a gun in the house compared to otherwise. Like, I forgot, I don't know what the exact statistic was, but yeah, that was basically a generalization of what it was. And the reason why I say this is because I remember seeing, I don't know if you've seen this, but there was this one live stream, I'm pretty sure it was a live stream, live stream, where there was this Jake girl, all right, she was playing, she found one of her parents' guns, she was playing with it in the bathroom, and it accidentally shot off, and she basically hit herself, and that was what happened. Just it wasn't, and she's not in she's not in the server anymore, to say the least. Okay, well, that's just the reality of things, where it's gonna be, it can get pretty heavy. All right, but again, like, that's the thing, that's just the thing, like, you think that you can protect people and all that stuff, but it's not about what you have and stuff like that. It's about Yahawadah protecting you. And let's actually get this to further prove this. Proverbs 12 verse 21, there shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. Okay, so for the thing here is that no evil will happen to the just. It's basically saying that Yahawadah confirms and promises that there's not going to, if you are just, if you're a righteous man or a woman of the Lord, of YAHAWASHI, you don't have to worry about anything happening to you and stuff like that. Yes, there are threats, and I'm not saying, oh, just go do that, because even then, actually, matter of fact, let me get that, if I can remember which one. I think it's Matthew 4, not 4, no, Matthew 6. No, Matthew 4. Matthew 4, Slacky, I was right the first time. Matthew chapter 4, verse 5. Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, If thou be the Son of Yahweh, cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. So basically, the devil took Yahawashi up into a tall peak, all right, on the temple, and then he told Yahawashi, jump off, basically, do that thing, the self exit stuff, and then he said, if you really are the son of Yahawashi, then he's gonna send the angels to protect you, to save you, and stuff like that. Which sounds pretty convincing. But what did Yahawashi say in response to that? Verse 7: Yahawashi said unto him, It is written again, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. So basically, that was basically what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to get at, like, in terms of being a follower, trying your best to be a diligent follower of Yahawashi, you should have faith that the Lord's going to protect you, absolutely, but that does not mean, I'm going to go put myself in dangerous situations and the Lord's going to protect me and stuff like that automatically. Like, no, that's not how it works. All right, people think they freaking Domino or some shit, Domino the Marvel bitch or whatever, stuff like that, thinking that, I got extreme luck, I can literally do whatever I want. That's not how things work. All right, you might have to put yourself in a dangerous situation, or you might just be living in a dangerous situation in general, but the Lord makes it so that you are protected. All right, and that's basically how you go about things. You don't put yourself in harm's way intentionally just because God showed me that you love me by protecting me from this truck, even though I'm jumping in the middle of moving traffic or whatever. All right, that's foolish. That's just dumb. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, teaming on. If my mouse can freaking go. Psalms 118 verse 8. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. And you have people that have a lot of confidence in man, all right, thinking like, let me go call the police, let me call this person, let me call X, Y, and Z or whatever to save me, help me out in this situation, when the only person, but only, I don't know, entity we need is Yahawashi, and that should be the end all be all. Okay, but of course, people are too fixated and they're too desperate for the tangible things that they forget about Yahawashi and whatnot. All right, hence the sad reality that people don't really want to say, Yahawashi save me or stuff like that, because again, it's that lack of spirituality in this society that destroys people. As a matter of fact, I think we read that, didn't we? Yeah. Woe to the rebellious children, say the Lord, in Isaiah 30:1, taking counsel from men, not Yahawashi. Continuing on, Proverbs 13 verse 15, good understanding giveth favor, but the way of transgressors is hard. Okay, so basically, good understanding, a righteous mind, all right, giveth favor. All right, what is favor? Favor is like, I was about to say favor again, but basically like the special privilege of, you know, not having to go through certain things compared to others. Maybe that's not the best phrasing. I don't. That's definitely not the best phrasing to use. So bear with me if my wording is off, but it's generally like, you know, the extra care that you would otherwise not get if you weren't favored by YAHAWAH. So I think that's like the better thing, and the extra care would be like, you know, more lessons, more attention, stuff like that, in terms of like, oh, well, I need to make sure that this brother, this sister, whatever, understands to avoid this or understands to avoid that, and so on and so forth. All right. Psalms 34 verse 7, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. And that's basically the thing here. Through these extra care, you know, the Lord's gonna make it so that, this stuff is going hard. Hold on. Fall. Psalms 37 verse 24, though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. And that's basically the thing here, where the Lord is preventing, you know, preventing brothers, preventing sisters from falling all the way, from being fully downed. All right, he make sure that, okay, you what, I got you. I'll make sure you're taken care of. Make sure you are going to make it through. All right, I'll make sure you're going to be taking you don't have to deal with that stuff. All right, and the blessing of the Lord to protect us, to keep us safe from all that stuff. And that's the main thing. That's the reason why I want to talk about this lesson, because, you know, it's just like all this favor, all this thing. It's like you just sometimes just don't see the stuff, or maybe you just take these things for granted, because like there are certain things, like maybe I don't know, just it's kind of, sometimes it can be hard to explain, but Yahawadah, you're able to understand. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakwakpadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, the great male son of Bible, Shalom.